The project is like just mad different sounds on the project, bro. Like, you know, mad different styles. It's not a grime album per se. And like, was that your intention, or is that just how the project grew to be that way? And just on that subject, the first joint, the track one, Thuggish Ruggish. I grew up on Bone Thugs. Like a lot, I don't know about, just talk about it, bro. Talk about it.
I know a lot of people was thinking that it was some form of remix to the Thuggish Ruggish, even the version that that Skep produced. But yeah, it had nothing to do with that really.
Okay.
But yeah, that song there was probably the song that I spent the most time on throughout the whole album, if that makes sense. Like, there's like about 5 different versions of that song, like different productions, different breakdowns, different arrangement. Some of the lyrics ain't on there. Literally 5 different ones. I had one that I started with that I wasn't sure about. I knew I wasn't really going to keep that. Then the second one, I thought, yes, I got it. Then I started listening to it. I was like, nah, this ain't it. Third one, and this is, bear in mind, this is all different producers that I've got to send me beats from. About 4 or 5 different producers can say, yeah, I hollered at them and I told man, like, yo, I need this for my intro, like, do you get what I'm saying? And I think that is why it never worked. So the one that we ended up using, produced by T, he came to my studio and we just built it from scratch. Do you get what I'm saying? And I think that kind of, for the sound that I was going for, it had to be that. Do you get what I mean? So yeah, we and even then when we done it, we still had to go back a few times and fine tune a few things and swap a few things, take a few things out and add a few things here and there and whatnot. But yeah, when we was done, I was happy with it still.
What was the what track have you got on the project that you've been sitting on for time, that's been in the stash and you've brought it onto this project? Or is this all new fire that you've had, that, you know, you created the whole thing? Like,
Red Card I've probably had for just under a year.
Okay, that's not that
Red
long.
Card I had just maybe probably about 8-9 months I had Red Card for, yeah. What else have I had for a minute? Everything else is fairly like I made throughout the year.
Right.
Because the album took close to a year to make, so everything else was. What else is? I think everything else was fresh. I didn't have anything that I had sitting there. Maybe like I'm supposed to. But that wasn't really, I can't say more than a year, probably just over a year, if that. But everything was more or less made for the album. You get me?
What record did you have the most sort of fun putting together? Can you pick one?
Because it was different. Like, I had fun making a lot. Like, it was different fun. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it was different because some of the tracks are vocaled here at my own studio, with the producers here, and then some of the tracks I went to the producer studio and that. So it was different vibes all the time because obviously you're working with different people. So, but one of the standout sessions I would say was with Adrian and Toddler T when we made Corner. That was a good session.
Scene. Yeah. Toddler's cold bad as well.
Yeah, that was a good session. Even when we made Big Bro with Spyro and Mez, which was probably like the last tune that I made for. that song I made probably not even 2 months. 2 months ago now. I can't say. So the album came out in October. I vocaled that song maybe the beginning of October.
Yeah.
We made that song. That was the last song that I put on the album.